If your boss owns your mornings, then they already own your art. Here's how to reclaim your artistic practice in just 30 minutes in the morning. As creatives, it can be difficult to find time to make art while also working a full-time job or juggling multiple jobs. However, it is our imperative to find that time. No, not find that time. It's our imperative to make that time happen. Time just doesn't exist that you look for like a pair of lost keys. Time is something that you are in control of. And you have to be willing to show up for yourself and show up for your art. I think about some of the greatest artists in history, like Toni Morrison, who would wake up in the mornings before her kids were awake and before she had to go to work on her novels. If Toni Morrison hadn't carved that time out of her day, we wouldn't have Sula. We wouldn't have jazz. We wouldn't have the bluest eye. Think of what you could create if you gave yourself that kind of time like Toni Morrison did. Other artists who had really serious and beautiful morning routines are Salvador Dali. And where would our world be without his weird surrealism? Andy Warhol was famous for using his mornings as a form of research. So that way when he made his art later, he had stuff to pull from. True artists use their mornings as a weapon to be back against a world that wants to steal time away from art. Are you going to be a warrior or are you going to be a victim to your own circumstances? The first tip you can do is simply wake up 30 minutes earlier. Use that time to build micro habits. You can sketch in that 30 minutes. You can draw, you can write, you can create, you can edit those photos that you've been putting off. But use that 30 minutes earlier in the morning to give yourself some breathing room to make art for yourself. When you do that, you stake a claim in the land that is your life and say, art is my life. And I will give to myself first before I give to the corporate overlords who are paying me to live. Now, I know that might be difficult, but if you are willing to go to sleep a little bit earlier the night before, then you can give yourself that time to wake up earlier in the morning. And that is a gift you will be so grateful that you gave yourself. The second tip is for those who are not morning birds and who cannot wake up early in the mornings. I get it. That's me. I'm not an early person. The second tip is to use your commute as a creative retreat. If you are on the metro, on the bus, on the train, use your commute time to journal, to write, to ideate, to build ideas. Put on those headphones, block out the noise of the world around you, and just focus on your phone, focus on your journal, and use the time to create. Don't just zone out, listen to a podcast. Don't listen to music, but actually use your commuting time to create, to build something. And if you drive to work, then use that time for voice notes. You can ideate, you can leave yourself voice messages, you can think of ideas you want to execute, stories you want to tell, worlds you want to build. Do not let your commuting time be idle time. According to the census, the average commute time in the United States is 30 minutes. So use that 30 minutes to create, to build something. Make that time yours. Feed into your creative spirit before you feed into capitalism. The final tip to protect your mornings is just do something as simple as have a 5-minute morning. What this means is write a couple sentences, draw, make some quick edits of a photo. You don't have to finish the entire photo. You don't have to write an entire paragraph, but do something. When you stake your claim as an artist, especially as a working artist that has a full-time job, those little moments matter and those little moments add up. Here on this YouTube channel, we are about building small and steady, slow changes that over time add up. We often think we need these big, flashy overtures of work and art, but if you can just do 5 minutes every day, every morning for 5 minutes, that adds up. And over time, you will have more than you had if you did nothing at all. And what you're currently doing is nothing right now. So wouldn't you rather have something than nothing? As artists, we often want to devote tons of time to our work because we know that true work requires it. But you don't have to do all that work at once. You can break it up into pieces. You don't have to make it perfect, you just have to get it finished. If you write a couple sentences a day, before you know it, that essay is done. That memoir is finished. If you edit the colors one day, edit the light next day, clean up the skin the next day, before you know it, that photograph is done. And done is better than perfect. Done is better than never having tried at all and never having started at all. I want you to make art because I know and you know that is your life's passion. While at the moment, you cannot finance yourself off your art yet, if you're going to get to that point, you must start investing your time wisely now, and that means reclaiming your mornings for yourself. Let me know below in the comments what's one thing you want to do in the mornings to honor your creative spirit.